in today's creativity flow, we are going to be moving through some poses that are perfect for a wake you up morning practice. So this is a little morning flow that's going to be great for waking up the mind and waking up the body. So we are going to just jump right in. We're going to be moving quickly, swiftly with the breath. So grab your mat, head to the top, and we're going to start standing. We're going to start in mountain pose. And you can really do elements depending on the amount of time you have in the morning, elements of this practice based on how much time you have. So you can do the whole thing, you can do bits and pieces. It's going to be a pose, or a flow that you can make your own. So let's start standing right away, inviting some energy into the body. I've said it before and I'll say it again, mountain pose is a simple way to invite some energy into the body just by standing, actively standing, pressing our feet into the mat, pushing away, lengthening through the spine, pulling our shoulders away from the ears. We are giving energy a clear channel through which to flow. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but we're going to start by breathing in through the nose or your mouth if you're a little congested like I am right now, and sighing it out through the mouth. We're going to pull our belly button back toward the spine in an up and back motion to really engage the core. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears, the shoulder blades together down the back. Don't lock the knees, keep a nice little bend in the knees, micro bend, and just breathe. By standing actively in mountain pose and breathing, you're already sending a signal to the brain. It's time to wake up, energize, fire off some neurons. And I'm going to make my way to the top of the mat. If you're already there, you are perfect. We are going to start moving. So we're going to inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, fold forward, leading with the chin and the chest. Keeping our knees nice and bent for this first fold. Inhale to a half flat back. Hands to the shins or the thighs. Whatever feels best for you. Exhale back into the fold, and inhale, straighten, reaching for the sky. Exhale, let the hands fall to the sides. That is a half sun salutation, and if you only have a few minutes in the morning, just moving through that little flow quickly with the breath is a great way to wake up and get the body moving. We'll do that one more time and we'll add on. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold, leading with the chin and the chest. Keeping the knees bent, you can always invite some length through the legs, straighten the knees with each forward fold here. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach for the sky. And this time we're going to exhale right back into that fold. Slicing through the center. Inhale, a half flat back. And on the exhale, we're gonna drop the hands to the mat, adding on here, just dropping the hands to either side of the feet, stepping that right foot back, and then the left, inhaling at the top of our plank. Nice strong plank. Exhale, dropping everything, the chin, the chest and the belly to the mat. Inhale, Pulling the elbows toward each other into the body, lifting the chin and the chest away from the mat for baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, pushing up into plank or into all fours. And then up and back into downward dog. Releasing the breath. Inhale. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, the tailbone toward the sky, keeping the knees nice and bent. Dropping the heels toward the mat, though they don't have to touch. Inhale. And exhale. And on the next inhale, we'll plant the left foot into the mat, lifting the right up and back for three-legged dog. Keeping the toes pointed toward the ground, the heel toward the back of the room. And exhale, bringing that knee toward the chest, giving it a little help if you need. You can round the back here to give a little more space for that knee to come through, that foot to come up between the hands. We're resting right here in our runner's lunge for just a second while we kind of get our bearings. That right knee is bent over that right ankle. And then on an inhale, we're gonna come right up into warrior one. So you might need to pull up that left foot a little bit. The left toes are at an angle pointed to the top left corner of the mat. Right toes pointed forward. Right knee over right ankle. Hip points pointed toward the front of the mat. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale. Adjusting your stance as you need to. You can have a wider or a more narrow stance, just based on what you need here. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips. And exhale, we're gonna open up into warrior two. Bring the left toes to now point to the long side of the mat. Right leg and right feet are right where they were. Arms are outstretched to the front and the back of the mat. Right, lift that right hip to pull in the left. We're still stacked head over heart, heart over pelvis. Gazing out over that right hand. Inviting energy to flow through the body with an inhale and exhale. And then we're gonna, the next inhale, reach the right arm up and back, dropping the left down that back leg, reaching over the body behind us toward the back of the mat, bending at the waist, trying to keep that right knee where it goes or where it was, bent over that right ankle. For peaceful warrior, and exhale back into warrior two. And we're gonna flow actually between those two poses. So we'll inhale to peaceful warrior, trying to keep that right leg steady where it is, only bending at the waist. And exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale. And exhale, warrior two. From here, we're just going to turn the right toes so they point to the long side of the mat. And then we will find ourselves in a wide-legged forward fold or wide-legged stance, and eventually come into a wide-legged forward fold. So we can actually have our hands on our waist here, or option to grasp the hands behind us, opening through the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the hands away from the body. And exhale, starting to fold forward, leading with the chin and the chest. Pressing through the outside edges of the feet, slowly bending forward, lifting the tailbone up, releasing, letting the arms fall forward toward the front of the mat, toward the back of the head. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can release the hands from here if you'd like and let them fall to the mat or to the legs if they don't quite touch the mat. Keep a nice little tiny micro bend in those knees. Trying to keep some length in the spine. Inhaling maybe a little length and exhaling, maybe trying to fold just a little deeper or finding your edge and staying there. And then on the next inhale, we'll come to a half flat back. You can bring the hands to the waist and exhale, straightening. And then we're just gonna turn the toes back to the front of the mat. So you can start with the right, back to where they were in Warrior Two. Bring the left toes kind of into a Warrior One pose position. So pointed toward the left corner of the mat, but the right leg is straight now. So we're gonna come into pyramid. The hip points are pointed forward. Right toes are toward the front of the mat. Left toes are at a diagonal, top left corner. And we'll inhale to lengthen through the spine. Hands can stay on the waist. And exhale, forward fold. Leading with the chin and the chest. Bring the chin kind of toward the toes. And eventually finding your edge, releasing wherever feels comfortable. You can bring your hands now down to the mat on either side of that right foot, pulling that right hip back. Releasing the breath, maybe letting the head drop toward the knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to a half flat back position. Exhale, straighten back to standing. And we'll just bring that left foot up to meet the right. Find ourselves back at the top of our mat, and we're gonna move through that same flow just on the other side. So we'll inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half flat back, whatever that looks like to you. Exhale, drop the hands to the mat, stepping that right foot back, and then the left. Inhale at the top of the plank. Exhale, release everything to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, pushing up through plank or coming to your knees if you need to. And exhale all the way back to downward dog. Take a nice inhale. And exhale. And the next inhale, we'll drop that right heel toward the mat, pressing the right foot into the mat. Lifting that left leg up and back into three-legged dog. Toes stay pointed toward the ground, heel pressing back toward the back of the room. And exhale, bringing that knee up through center, rounding the back to give it a little more space, giving it a little help if you need. Bringing the left foot up between the hands. Pausing here in our runner's lunge to find stability. Left knee over left ankle. And then we're gonna inhale up into our Warrior One, so you can adjust that back foot as needed. And exhale, bending that left knee over the left ankle, pressing that right foot into the mat. Right toes are toward the top right corner of the mat. Hands can be on the hips while you find a little stability, and eventually inhaling them up. And exhale, pulling that right hip crease forward if it's kind of pulling its way back. And exhale. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. And exhale, opening up into warrior two. Now my back is to you, but you've got this. Left knee is still over left ankle. Right foot is now pointing to the long side of the mat. Reaching the arms forward and back. Keeping a micro bend in that right knee. Careful not to lock it. Inhale. And exhale. The next inhale, we'll reach the left arm up and back toward the back of the mat, up overhead, dropping the right hand down the back leg for peaceful warrior. And exhale back into warrior two. Flowing through those poses. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior two, keeping that left leg stable, just bending through the waist. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior two, one more time. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Now we're going to skip our wide-legged fold on this side. Not a great angle for you all. We're just gonna come right into our pyramid from here. So we're gonna turn on the back foot. So both sets of toes are pointed toward the top of the mat. Step up a little bit with that back foot. Right toes pointed at an angle toward the top right corner of the mat. Left leg is now straight. Adjusting your stance to what feels comfortable. Hands can stay on the waist. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. And exhale, folding forward. Keeping length in the spine, chin toward the toes. Dropping the hands to the mat on either side of that left foot for support. Can be fingertips, depending on where you are in your stretch, or spider hands, maybe even palms. I'm not quite there. Pulling that left hip crease back. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe on the next inhale, you invite a little length into the spine. And exhale, try folding just a little more deeper into the stretch. And whenever we say a leg is straight, it's always implied that there's still just a little bit of a micro bend. So that left leg is not locked, but it's just not bent at that 90-degree angle. And on the inhale, we'll come up to a half flat back, bringing the hands to the waist. And exhale, straightening and bringing that right foot up to meet the left, releasing into mountain. We're not going to come into a resting pose because we're working on building energy and waking up the body. So now you can go about your day, or you can use that energy to tackle a creative project. If you need a little extra inspiration, you can grab a writing prompt from the end of this video, or a creativity prompt if you want to use it for something else. Use it to inspire new ideas and work on a project for a little while, a creative project. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste, warriors. Now go fight for your creativity.
Great flow, warriors. Now it's time to take that energy and create. If you still need a little extra inspiration, just grab a creativity prompt to get the ideas flowing. And if you have a friend who's also fighting writer's block, make sure to share this video and don't forget to subscribe. Now go fight for your creativity.